What's up, guys and gals? It's your host with the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys, finally, the episode reviews for the second part, the last part of Season 2 of Ragnarok. Shumatsu no Valkyrie, Episode 11 review. Finally going to review the last 5 episodes. And if you're wondering why these are so late, because I think at this point, aren't they like 3 months late? Am I getting to these literally like 3 months late? Probably. If you're curious as to why that is, wait till the end of the video. We'll talk about the episode here because that's what people click the video for. But if you are curious as to why these are so late and why I'm still bothering doing them at all, we'll get to that at the end of this video, and then we'll try to knock off as many of these as we can today where I have a free afternoon here. So anyways, right out of the gate, episode 11 entitled Round 6. A lot of people think I don't like anything involving Round 6 because I put it low on my tier list and stuff like that. I like Round 6, up until a point. Round 6 was good. The stories were good. The backstories were fine. The dialogue was good. The pacing. And this episode has all of that. The first half of Round 6 has very little flaw, in my opinion. It was shaping up to be one of the most unique rounds and one of the best finisher rounds. It was going to end up that way. Then they fucked it all up. Let's just call a spade a spade. But we're not there yet. So when I first finally found the time to turn on Netflix and watch this, sat back, leaned back my chair, and I just had a good damn time. It was a good episode. The OST was fine. I really love Buddha's English voice actor. I didn't get the opportunity to watch it in Japanese like I did with all the other episodes. I watched it in both and then I reviewed just in case there's a voice acting I didn't like or something was good or something was bad. You know what I mean? So for this one though, yeah, no problems whatsoever. In fact, the opening scene is one of my favorites because of course it includes one of the best written characters, if not the best written character, Jack the Ripper, in the series, and his whole thing with Gull and Gull's character development as well alongside of Jack's here. The anime does... They miss one key thing that I think I would have liked. I don't know if it's included in the Japanese, of course. They miss one key thing with Gull's smile here. When that happens, Jack is supposed to remember the Heracles saying his line, and I feel like that would have added to the scene. But you know, and the way they transitioned, it was supposed to sort of be like, I know that everyone complains about the animation budget and stuff, and this is just a little nitpick, but it's supposed to sort of morph. Like, the idea is her facial expression is in the same position and is the exact same as her brother's was, as Heracles was, and it's supposed to sort of be like a shot for shot, and you just sort of change the hair. It's supposed to overlap, and they did it in a way that was sort of like, oh, you know, because I was looking forward to this scene, maybe I'm just nitpicking about it, but I was like, if the scene was still done fine, the voice acting was great, Jack's voice actor is fantastic and stuff, but I did miss out on that. I did miss that little, it was a little jarring, the fact that they dropped his line, and then when they did the whole transition between Gull's face and Heracles' face, supposed to have the same smile, that sort of idea is lost on it as trying to watch it as an anime-only person. I felt like the connection is sort of lost there because you're not seeing it, right? Jack's supposed to be seeing in Gull's face, is supposed to be seeing Heracles, and it seems like more it's just he's randomly remembering. That's just me, maybe. I think that just the manga handled it a little better than the anime, and the anime could have done it properly, and for some reason didn't. I don't know. Maybe, but once again, it's probably not as an important scene, you know, 2 rounds later to some of the animators and stuff. So it's fine. It's fine what it is. And I did like the little the way they handled the what a waste part, because it's not really the way the scene is shot and the way the speed runs through it is a little different than the manga, but it's nice because after they talk about the 7 lucky gods, Jack's like, would you like some tea, sir, gentlemen? Offers Gull a cup of tea, and that's the Heracles thing. And then when she grabs everything from the cupboard and starts rushing and says, no, I don't have time for the tea, but thanks anyway. He looks down at the tea, and it's because it's such a faraway shot, it's different translations. I like the idea that Jack just saw Heracles' face again, and then looks down at the tea and says, what a waste. not referring, of course, to the wasted cup of tea. I like it. I like it a lot that he's still remembering Heracles and stuff, because I found the manga translations sort of didn't lead into that sort of idea. Like, the best other one was like, what a shame, or something like that, but I like the double entendre as he looks at the cup of tea that he offered her. What a waste. The double entendre, the whole thinking about Heracles again, and it was such a waste of, it worked. I thought in the English it worked incredibly well for that regard. So we lose out on one thing that could have been done better, but I think the anime handled the ending of that scene almost better than the manga did. So tit for tat, it worked. Anyways, that's actually the thing I wanted to talk about the most, because realistically we already saw this opening bit with Buddha, right? It was spoiled at the end of episode 10 there. So yeah, I mean, it realistically, we already knew that this was going to happen because we already saw the scene. Now we just get it done again and as it continues, right? Buddha enters the arena and switches sides. Now he's going to fight for humanity and all this fun jazz, right? Okay, so as I said, I think it's animated fine. I think Buddha's nonchalant voice acting and stuff is really, really good. And I also like Zero's voice. The English dub, I will say, has some great talent behind it. All the reaction shots of between Odin and Loki, and just everyone like reacting to Buddha, being like, "What do you mean you're switching sides? What do you mean you're defying the gods?" It's like, shut up, it was a good opening bit. Then we get the fight with the 7 lucky gods. They transform into Zerofuku, and Zeus is like, yeah, well, this is what we're gonna do, and that kind of idea. And I like the idea. A lot of people have fan theory like who would win, Zeus versus Buddha. That's also a really good matchup there. Honestly, I think it would be a really good fight. I still think I have my money on Zeus, in all honesty, but I still think it would be an incredible fight. Because they almost want to go at it and stuff. And since there are no rules technically, the only rules, as stated there, the only rules are you need to pick 13 fighters and the first to 7 rounds win, as he pointed out to Heimdall. Technically, there's nothing in the rules in Valhalla that say a fighter can't fight twice. So technically, Zeus probably could have been like, alright, you want to be God, human became a god, let's go. So, I mean, it's possible. Anyways, so the fight opens up. It opens up the same as, of course, the manga does. It's very much, I was rereading the manga while watching the episode, and it was pretty much shot for shot, and I thought the animation quality was fine and everything like that. I was happy with it. I thought it was a good opening bit. I still don't understand why it's not like you split it down the middle like Thousand Year Blood War Arc is doing. It's like, okay, we're going to give you a batch of a dozen plus episodes, then we're going to give you another batch of a dozen plus episodes over the span of like 50 odd episodes. No. We split up season 2, but not even in half. We gave you season 2 and then one more round tacked on, like a 2.5. Very, very strange to me. Outside of that, though, yeah, I have no complaints. I thought the OST was good. I really like the lighting and the coloring here. Zerofuku's color design matches his manga counterpart, which a lot of people, for some reason, people first painted him with different colored skin. I never knew why, because the manga has no indication of that, but the only time I really liked a fan art coloring of it was pretty close to what we got, the midnight black hair and stuff like that, which is highlighted blue, just like Venom is in a lot of in Spider-Man cartoons and stuff like that, just to showcase the black, to make it so it's not one-dimensional, so you can see lines and definition. You always use midnight blue to accent black on completely black characters and stuff like that. Like, once again, like Venom, and for hairstyles in anime and stuff like that when people have black hair and stuff, right? But the cool thing here, the one time I saw it, it was this ashen, almost white, like this gray that was so close to translucent, so close to like onion colored. It really had that contrast of he's this malnourished, like deprived thing, and I really like that. So if they were gonna go with anything other than regular skin tone-ish color, which a lot of people, as I said, they painted him with blue. A lot of people had blue skin. Some people had a light red skin. Yeah, but anyways, they did go with the official manga colorization and stuff, which I did really like. And yeah, overall, I just really thought the episode was handled quite well. And then I immediately started jumping into the second episode almost right away, and we'll be getting to that. But yeah, so that's my review of it. Realistically, other than the Jack scene, I didn't notice anything like off-putting or something that, oh, that wasn't handled as well, or that line could have been delivered better or something like that. No, everything was good. I have no animation complaints. I have no OST complaints, pacing complaints. I got really nothing other than say I like the episode. So realistically, funnily enough, you know, sort of humming and hawing about doing this episode review and finally watching the episode, and it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty short, sweet, and to the point, right? So yeah, that was my episode review. So if you like that, like, comment, and subscribe, and yada yada yada. If you're curious, as I already said, if you're curious as to why these are 3 months late-ish, we're going to talk about that right now. So yeah. Pretty much, I am firmly against, this is going to be a tiny little rant here at the end, I'm really against this whole splitting up season shit. Anime has only started doing it recently, in the recent years, and it's a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass, and it's a piss off. Okay? I remember when this first started happening to drama TV shows, like on cable networks and shit. And it was weird then, and people didn't like it then. Nobody liked that. And yet somehow, it's continued. And now all of a sudden, anime got this idea of cores. Somehow. They got this random idea of cores and stuff. But not even cores, like, once again, if they're going to do it like 1,000 Year Blood War Arc does. Give us at least a dozen episodes and call it just, this is part 1. And then wait a year and release part 2. Record of Ragnarok splitting up season 2 into 10 episodes and then waiting like 5 months to give us the last 5 is just stupid and weird and makes no marketing sense to me. Okay? And so right out of the gate, the reason I have waited this long is, number one, I missed it for 2 reasons. A, I got rid of my Netflix account for a while. For one thing, I was paying too much money, and I only recently got it back just for some certain shows and stuff, and I'll be canceling again and stuff because this whole password sharing crap and stuff like that, and you have to set a household and stuff. And my brother and I would split the bill, right? We'd both pay for Netflix, we'd both use it, have a user each, and we would get the HD for all the stuff, and we would split the bill. Apparently we weren't allowed to do that anymore, and I was like, seriously, Netflix? It used to cost $4 damn. Now all of a sudden you're like $20, and for the $20 premium version, I can't have it on 2 screens in 2 households? Are you kidding me? You know, so I got rid of Netflix, so Record of Ragnarok definitely took a back seat as a result of not having the streaming platform which it's on. So yeah, so it was further down on my list of other video content. Then, of course, the summer happened, and as a lot of you guys can tell, I haven't done much in the way of streams, I haven't done much in the way of newer video content. It's just been the bare basics, the bare bones of reviews of current manga chapters that I already follow and stuff. I haven't really made a whole lot of newer content or more original reaction content and stuff, and that's because I basically only have allotted enough time this summer to be doing just that. Review the main series that I do, Shumatsu no Valkyrie streams that still go on, but they're only once a month. Yona the Dawn, One Piece, Kengan, JJK, that, you know, the core stuff that I do, and that's pretty much it. That's most of the time, that's what I only have time for these days. So, or at least here in the summer. It's getting a little easier up now that we're getting to the more tail end of summer rather than the beginning of the summer. But yeah, there was a lot of projects on, a lot of work-related stuff, and that's basically the reason. So these definitely took a back seat because not only that, I didn't even get an opportunity to watch them until now. Because every time I sat down and said, okay, I have an opportunity to sit down and watch some Record of Ragnarok, I realized, well, if I watch the episode, I definitely need to review the episode before I forget everything if there was something I liked, something I didn't like. So then I was like, I don't just need to allot half an hour, I need to allot an hour. Long enough to be, you know, to at the very least watch the episode, record the video, make any edits, you know, make the thumbnails, that kind of stuff, right? So it just seemed daunting when I was so busy this summer. That's what it realistically all boils down to. So there you go if you guys were curious on that. And once again, going back to the whole splitting this up in 5 episodes, had these 5 episodes came out when they should have with the other 10 episodes, they would have been reviewed on time like they were. I'm just saying, like, unless you are independently wealthy, and this is seriously, unless anime is your whole world and you have nothing outside of anime, and God forbid you follow more than a couple of animes, then if that's not your whole world and you're not independently wealthy to afford Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Crave, Hulu, all these things, right? All these things, Crunchyroll, Funimation, all the streaming platforms that carry all your animes. And then on top of that, then you favorite or subscribe to them, and some streaming services don't even have this feature, so it blows up your phone to let you know. Netflix will let you know, and Disney Plus will let you know when the latest new episode of that series comes out. So now your phone, that's probably already blowing up with messages anyways from other apps, is not going to be blown up by all 19 different streaming services telling you when every single time a new episode is dropped. Yeah. And this is assuming, once again, you have enough time to watch all these animes and to pay for all these services. See? And it's just so on top of just that alone, splitting up seasons, it causes backlog. That's all it did. It caused me backlog at the very least. I got busy and there was no way, and it realistically was taking a back seat, because then the further I went on, when I had opportunities to make content, I realized no matter when these episode reviews come out, they're already really late. By the time I had the opportunity to even think about sitting down and watching them, I realized they're already going to be three weeks late, a month late. So the amount of views I get for this video is probably the exact same I would have gotten had I released this a month ago. So I said, you know what, I'm not going to pressure myself, I'm not going to fully, commit to that until I have the opportunity, and so I can enjoy it, right? Because, once again, I don't monetize my channel, so I sit here and I just go, you know what, when I feel like watching Ragnarok, I will watch Ragnarok. When I'm in the mood to watch the new episode, and when it doesn't feel like a chore to do, so I can enjoy it, and then I can come on here on camera and say, hey guys, I really liked the episode, rather than feeling like, yeah, well, the episode was, it is what it is, I don't really like round 6, and yeah, Zerofuku's done dirty. Alright, we'll see you next time, bye. That, to me, that's not why I do YouTube. I do it for the fun and for the passion of it, and if I'm not feeling it, I ain't gonna make it. If I'm pressured to do it, it's probably gonna take more of a backseat than ever before. So, anyway, that was my little spiel here at the end. That's why I got the review out of the way first. But we are definitely, because I already watched episode 12, 0. So I'm definitely going to be doing that one next. I'm going to sit here and record that one as well to try to get 2 knocked off right here. And hopefully I find some time in the next couple of days to watch the last 3 episodes and be able to review them as well. So I can sort of get this book shut at least before season 3 comes out, right? Because I definitely know at this point there's going to be a season 3. We all know it, which is great. Because I still like Record of Ragnarok. It just took the back seat for a long time. But anyways, that's it from me, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry about the little rant, but I feel like you guys deserved an explanation, and I don't plan on streaming for a while yet. So here's where it's going to be chunked out to. This video. The episode 11 rant video. That's what we'll call it. Anyways, that's it from me. Have a good one, everybody. Looking forward to the next episode review, because I got some things to talk about in episode 12, Mark 0. So see you back here next time. Sayonara.